Outdoor heat is not the only environment that causes stress on the body. Hot, indoor working environments can take their toll too. To beat the heat, it's important for you to prepare yourself for your hot work environment by taking extra precautions to feel fit and safe on the job. Heat stress is a major concern for many workers in all different types of industries. While many outdoor professions such as landscapers, construction workers, and farmers may be the first people you think of being affected by environmental heat, indoor workers can be affected too. Those who work in hot indoor environments, such as, but not limited to, firefighters, warehouse workers, bakers, and engine room workers, are equally at risk of heat-related illness. Millions of U.S. workers are exposed to heat in their workplaces. Although illness from exposure to heat is preventable, every year thousands become sick from occupational heat exposure, and some cases are fatal. Most indoor fatalities, 50 to 70%, occur in the first few days of working in warm or hot environments because the body needs to build a tolerance to the heat gradually over time. The process of building tolerance is called heat acclimatization. Lack of acclimatization represents a major risk factor for fatal outcomes. In this video, we're going to look at the unique hazards posed by hot indoor environments and how to identify heat stress. We'll also cover the steps you can take to prevent the onset of indoor heat-related illnesses. How is indoor and outdoor heat different? If you asked, most people would say that heat is heat. In fact, indoor and outdoor heat are much different. When it comes to keeping workers safe, it's helpful to know exactly what sort of heat you're dealing with. One of the main differences is the source of heat itself. Indoor workers are often dealing with radiant heat coming from equipment such as ovens or boilers, while outdoor workers have to face the sun and its strong UV rays. Outdoor heat also has humidity that can't be managed by adjusting a thermostat. Think about this. Everyone is familiar with the relief that comes with a cool breeze on a hot summer day. Indoor workers don't have this luxury. That's another key difference. Airflow tends to be more plentiful in outdoor work environments, even on days when the breezes are relatively calm. Factory floors and boiler rooms, on the other hand, are overwhelming at times unless they have adequate ventilation and fans. While it's critical to acknowledge these differences, it's also important to remember that anyone working in a hot environment, indoor or outdoor, can be affected by heat stress. So, what are the signs and symptoms of heat stress? While the factors that bring on heat stress may be different in indoor versus outdoor work environments, the signs and symptoms that indicate a worker may be experiencing heat stress are the same. Signs to watch for include muscle cramps, shallow breathing, increased heart rate, cool, pale, clammy skin, excessive sweating, absence of sweat. This can indicate the onset of heat stroke, which is a medical emergency, weakness, fatigue or dizziness, headache and nausea, fainting. So, what happens if a coworker is experiencing these symptoms? What should you do? In many cases, the best course of action is to move the worker to a cool place, such as a shaded area outdoors or an air-conditioned room indoors, depending on what is cooler. Loosen or remove any unneeded clothing, and provide plenty of water. If you suspect this is beyond stress and is actually heat stroke, get immediate medical assistance, as the condition can be life-threatening. So, what are some solutions to reduce the risk of heat stress? The reality is, there really are not many ways to prevent work in hot environments. Sometimes it's inevitable. Summer days are often hot and humid, and certain workplaces require the use of heat. There are, however, a number of different ways employers can mitigate the risks and keep work environments comfortable enough to prevent the onset of heat-related illnesses. These solutions fall into two key categories: engineering controls and administrative or work practice controls. In indoor environments, one of the best ways to lower the risk of heat stress is to modify metabolic heat production. Engineering controls that can be implemented to this end include increasing ventilation to the workspace, bringing in cooler outside air, using fans to maintain constant airflow, reducing the temperature of a radiant heat source, shielding workers from radiant heat sources, insulating or covering hot surfaces to reduce radiant heat, using air conditioning equipment to maintain comfortable temperatures. There are also a variety of different administrative controls that businesses can employ to further address the issue. These include limiting exposure times, using work or rest schedules, enhancing worker heat tolerance through acclimatization, providing plenty of water to keep workers hydrated, providing body cooling garments. Acclimatization is especially important for new workers or workers returning from a period off work and consists of gradually increasing exposure to hot working conditions over a period of 7 to 14 days. During this time, workers should be monitored closely. Workers who are less physically fit generally require more time to acclimatize. You may not be able to control the factors that contribute to heat or measures taken by your company to reduce heat exposure, but that doesn't mean there aren't things you can do. There are. First, if you start to experience any symptoms of heat stress, stop what you are doing and get help. Heat stress can absolutely be controlled by early intervention. Don't take a chance. Feel faint or weak? Get help. But more than anything else, drink water. Drink lots of water. Drink it often. This one action can save you a lot of issues. Most people suffering from heat illness have not properly hydrated before they began work or throughout their shift. It's a simple fix. Drink water. Heat stress. It happens, but it doesn't have to happen to you.